Hello and welcome back to the kingdom. I'm the Duke and you are joining me in Valheim for a special episode. As I said in my previous video, as soon as we reach 100 subscribers, which we did, I will take you on a Valheim base tour. So here we are today. Thank you for joining me. This is going to be a good show of what I've done so far in this just over 50 episodes. So I hope you enjoy it. So let's begin the tour, shall we? Okay, so this was the landing spot where I first came with my boat when I came to this island. And there were these stones over here. That was a pretty nice feature. And so I decided to set up shop here basically. And in the end I ended up building this light beacon basically, which is now just a central point for some of the rows or paths that comes together, but the stones still remain, so they are still over here. And I still think this is a very nice feature, just reminding me of where I first set foot on my island for my base. And then as we come over this way, to my left here is where the teleporter is, and I remember when I built it, it was to try and make it look a little bit run down, like it was a ruin that was starting to crumble. And yeah, this will take you to the teleport hub, so all the teleporters basically is through this teleporter right over here. It's got the massive archway and everything, and I think, personally I think this came out very, very nicely. I had to raise the ground basically and build up, and in the end it came out awesome. So yeah, every time I come to my base, this is basically where I enter, and then you will see a new addition that you might not have seen yet, and this is through my right over here. I've added some stairs and some archways, and as you come up you will just find some platforms among the trees here and some glass railings keeping you on the platforms. Nothing special or spectacular about them. And then the storage, one of the first buildings that I did here at the base, and the main reason of course I had to find some storage. The roof came out pretty nicely with that hole in the middle for the bonfire that gives off all the lights, and this is where I've got most of my storage in terms of things that gets dropped by enemies, boss items, all the trophies from the different biomes. Then there's also the normal resources like my woods and bones and all the other things, crafted items, hides and leathers, and some extra storage for wood and stone and such. And at each exit there's of course some guidance in terms of where you are going when you exit through one of these doors, mainly because when you're inside everything looks the same. And then underneath us, if we were to come this way, there's 4 entrances to the basement. That's where all the crafting workbenches and stuff is being held, and I've also upgraded this lately. Now as I build, I usually think about how I can improve what I've built, and this is the result. So this is my normal workbench, and then the forge is over in this corner with all of its upgrades. I've got my artisan table, my stone cutters over there. Then the newest to this workshop, my black forge, and also my golden table. And then I've got these for linen, and as you can see, 4 exits. That one goes to the throne room, that one will go throne room, rather that one. This one goes to the portal. That one will go to the kitchen, the living quarters. And we've got this one over here that goes to the factory. So let's head on over to this side. One of the newest additions is to our right, which is the Ether Refinery. It's this black marble building over here. That looks pretty good. It came out pretty nice, despite the fact that it's built in a block. I was able to break it down with a little bit of pillars and stuff like that. So inside we've got the two refineries. One on this side and the other one on that side. Divided by some black marble just to make sure it gets protected. And then as we go down here, on this side we've got our smelters, and we've got a lot of iron that's been smelted. I went and got some more iron for more decorations. And on this side we've got all the storage for the copper, tin, bronze and iron. So for instance in the left chest, that's where the raw ore is, or the scrap iron. And then in the next one, that's where the iron goes in after it's run through the smelter. On this side, we've got the blast furnace, and also the storage for the silver, black metal, flamental that comes, and maybe something else that comes in the future. I still have to put in lights in here to come to think of it. Might add some soon. And then across from it, on the other side of the road, we have the guilds that gives us coal. So I've got storage here for wood that I can use in them, and I've got some storage where I put the coal. So when it's done like it is right now, I just run through the gauntlet on that side, and I've picked up all the coal and put it in here. I've added some plants, some greenery, some trimmings. We've got just a normal storage space over here that's not that useful, except for when you come from one of the ships and you are overloaded and you run out of stamina. You can just add it in here until you got all your stamina back, and then take it again and continue until you get to the chest where you want to put it. And then over here we've got the docks. We've got two dry docks. We've got these contraptions. It comes with the Odin hammer mod. This is a dry dock basically. And then we've got 3 docks for ships. The one ship that usually stands anchored here is somewhere on the map. I think in this swamp area over there. This is another one of my big ships that I sometimes use. And then the smaller one over on this side. Then right across from it we've got what I call our storehouse, or warehouse basically. It's been upgraded lately as well. I've got a lot of wood stored in here as well as stone. For all of those extras, you know. And another contraption that looks like it's actually unloading stuff from the ships is over in this corner. I actually had some stone up on top of that thing, but it seems to break every now and then, so I just removed it. And then a new addition that you might not have seen yet as it starts to rain, as it usually does, is another dry dock basically. Well, not a dry dock, but a shipyard for small boats. And this is an actual boat that I've just placed here. Yeah, pretty cool. And I'm going to show you the throne room next, but we're going to take a detour to get there. You will remember that in I I think it was the previous Valheim episode, I actually lowered this part of the dock, the pier, just to make it a little bit easier to get to the boats and access the storage of the boats when you're unloading things. So yeah, that's the docks, and pretty happy with how it came out. As we move back towards the storage, but we're going to turn left here between the blast furnace and the normal smelters. And we're going to move on over to this dead tree, where the Christmas presents are set up as well. This is our own local Stonehenge. As you can see, with some seating in between. This is a new path that I've created, just goes in a semicircle. And then of course on the other side of this ancient tree there's a little path with a small bridge that goes to a small piece of island right here in the one corner. I still have to decide what I'm going to do with that workbench that's standing over here. It's supposed to block any spawns, but I want to hide it somehow. So I need to still figure this out. But yeah, it's just a small little corner over on this side. And I've got this wall running all around the base, all around the island actually. As we continue to make our way over towards the throne room. I've got this little path that goes behind the throne room, which is pretty important because there is a fireplace back there that is needed for the comfort level when you are sitting on the throne. So that's the throne room over there. We're going to take this little path over here. Now, if you remember, this little broken down house was actually here when I landed on the island, and I decided to keep it. So, yeah, still a memento of when I first arrived here. So as we come up the stairs to our right, that's the storage area. And this is the path that takes us to the throne room. You will see some trophies that have been added to the front. Here we are. The throne room. We will light some fire. And it's got a nice view over the ocean. Right here at the back. Nice backdrop. I can still make some armors that I can place on this armor stand. One on each side. Got some shields up, some trophies. But yeah, all in all, it's a good space. Another trophy that I've added. This one on the inside. As we will now be moving over to the kitchen. I've added some lighting here as well. Back to the storage, which is almost a centerpiece where everything happens. So that was why it was one of the first buildings that I've built. And you will see there's also another addition to my left here. you actually saw it when the video began. That's where I was sitting, and because of the rain the fire is out for the moment. Made of black marble with 3 benches where you can sit, and just a nice spot all in all. Another one of the new additions with a ward on top of it. And this was a rune stone that was here on the island when I arrived. So I decided to incorporate it into a little bit of a feature over here. Some seating and the whisk fountains right here at the back. And of course this is where our beehives are. They produce all the honey that we need. I will take you to the top just to show you the setup here. Basically you can go right over on top of it, harvest it, and everything that falls down you can just go down, run underneath everything and pick it up. And this is where the kitchen is. Yep, got 6 fermenters over here. They've been brewing frost resistance and it looks like they are done. And as you enter the kitchen right to your left, that's where you will find the cauldron with all of its upgrades right next to it. And I've also got my food stored here for health, stamina, the balanced food, and then also the magic food that you can use. And then over on this side is where I've got my potions. That's using my health potions, my stamina, and all the resistance potions. I've got my cooking stations over here. And right behind it I've got all the storage for the raw meat, cooked meat, and the fish and cooked fish and everything that goes with that. I've got a storage for more wood that is used here in the kitchen. And then right over here is the storage for all the other things that you can eat basically. So I've got red mushrooms, yellow mushrooms, the mage cap, raspberries, blueberries, cloudberries, dukeberries, honey, carrots, turnips, onions, eggs, jolton puffs, royal jelly, dandelions. I've got 2 of it actually. Thistle, sap, barley, flax. Barley and the flax actually on this side is maybe not needed, as I've got storage for them over here at my ovens. So the barley, the flax, or the flour, the bread dough, seeker meat, that's what I'm storing over here. And then we've got an exit that will take you to a little spot where I've got some decorations of fishing. And of course the light beacon again. And the road that leads to the farms, but we will get to that later. So moving on to the living quarters. Or heading towards the living quarters. We're going to make a stop first before we get there. Because right across from us is the vault. Before we get to the vault though, this is my trophy head walkway basically. So all the trophies that I get is put on display over here. But let me show you the vault first. It's a massive building. A dark wood gate, and at the top this is where I store all my armors, or basically where I display all my armors. As you can see, they've been set out here, and even enough space for future armors that might still appear. Then at the bottom, as you can see, we've got some gold storage over here. So most of my gold is over here, and a little bit is left at the trader. And on the other side is where all my weapons are displayed. So I haven't made all of them, just a few. I've been focusing mostly on building rather than displaying my weapons, but I will get to it at some point, promise. But you will probably notice as I'm moving along, you know, things get added constantly. My brain is always working on things that I've already built, how I can improve it, how I can make it look maybe slightly different or better. What can I add to, you know, add to the atmosphere or to the overall feel or stuff like that. For instance, you will see on my left here as we get closer to the living quarters, just this little piece that I've added here, which serves no purpose, just to break the sight here a little bit, because usually when you come down these stairs, all you see is the honeybee hives there at the back. So it's just to break that a little bit of art maybe, if you want to call it that. And as we come up the stairs, you will see something new as well. I don't think I've shown this on any of my videos just yet. I've extended the walkway out this way, added some railings. That ties in nicely with that feature over there, so this is the same as the bottom part. Some nice railings, and this is going to take you to where my chicken coop is going to be. So all the eggs is going to get produced over there. Still needs to build it. It's going to go somewhere over there. Still researching in terms of what's going to be the best way to build that, but yeah, that's coming soon. And this is the living quarters. As you can see, there's a big window up there. Nice veranda. So let's go in here first. This is the bedroom. I've got some stairs on both sides that takes you up and over. And oh, I need to grab some wood first. I've only got 18, but that's fine. And I've got some fireplaces here. Now, originally when I've built the living quarters, my bed was a little bit closer. It actually was at this line over here, and the stairs were closer this way. But I found it was a little bit too close for me, so I extended the building, extended the bedroom, and placed my bed over on this side. Now, originally, when the bed was over here, that was fine. That was close enough to the fire. But when I moved it a little bit further away, I had a problem in terms of that now all of a sudden it was out of range of the fireplace. So I had to add some thing here. There's a fire right here above me, and that actually counts as a fire, so I can sleep over here and spawn as well. Now the fires, they've got chimneys that goes up, comes together there in the center, and then takes the smoke out there at the top. And I've got a little balcony over on this side. And some stairs that goes down. That reminds me, I still wanted to build an arch over here. I should still do it at some point. And this will take you to the hot tub. And there's actually supposed to be green lights here that you need to use GUK for. I forgot to refill them. But yeah, as you are sitting in the hot tub, you actually got a nice view over here at the ocean there, or the river that comes between the two islands. Excuse the word safe. And I've also added a nice stone road that is going to take you to this platform over on this side. I've planted a tree right here in the middle and added a special table and some chairs. Now that small island over there, that's where I'm going to build a massive lighthouse out of black marble. Well, as big as I can. So that's why you'll be able to sit here and just enjoy that view right over there. As you can see, also see the grizzled tree that comes over this world. It's also nicely in view. So a nice special spot over here. And of course this is a special table. It's actually a stool down there with a item stand on top of it with a normal wooden shield just to make it look like a small table. And this little dirt path over here is going to be turned into a stone path, just like this one on the other side. And that is going to go over to a massive bridge that goes over to that small island where I'm going to build the lighthouse. But that is one of the future projects that we are going to look at a later stage. Yeah, so just returning quickly to the living quarters. So as we take the stairs and go up, now my idea for this little space here is to put in a table. Just one small problem with that idea, as the table is maybe a little bit too big. Maybe. This one is too small. And this one is way too small. This one might work, but I've got another idea in terms of what I can use here. There is, of course, if I can find it, there's another table that can go in here, but maybe I should keep that as a surprise for later on. Yeah, I think we will do that. And then as you come on over to this side, this is going to be this is the armory. This is where I've got my bows, tools, one-handed, two-handed weapons, and my staffs. On this side is the armors, helmets, capes, shields, chests, and legs armor. And then as we come down, the bottom here, this is where I keep all my arrows. And I've got, of course, a storage for each and every arrow. So the wood, flint, bronze, iron, obsidian, silver, needle, carapace, and then the fire, poison, frost. And over on this side I have not added them yet, but this is where you will have your not arrows, but what you use for the crossbow, the bolts. There we go. So yeah, that is most of the base over on this side, on the first island, because it is a 3-island place that we are building our base in. So I'm quickly going to take you to the second island, and I'll meet you down there at the stone bridge. Here we are at the light beacon and the kitchen to our right, and we will just follow this path towards our stone bridge, and this is going to take us to our produce farm, which is also one of the first things I've built. I've got a drawbridge over here, so my ships and boats can actually cross this area. And it was recently that I actually added some lighting to the bridge as well. still need to redo the walls that goes around my produce farm, but we will get to that at some point as well. Now on this side, this is where we have our red mushrooms and our yellow mushrooms. And you take this path up to the teleporter that brings you to this farm as well from this portal hub. Up here we've got our raspberries, we've got carrots on this side, dandelions down there, thistle next to the dandelions. Over here we've got our turnips. This is our blueberries. Down there is onions and cloudberries. And then the new addition, or the extension, I've added some more blueberries and raspberries over on this side. So yeah, I extended the farm this way because these two plots were just not producing enough for me really. So I added some more blueberries and more raspberries. As you can see, they are not ready yet, maybe in an hour's time by the looks of it. And I've also added this little walkway that also takes you to the portal again. Yeah, and that's my produce farm. Growing everything that I need. And that also brings you to the portal that takes you to the teleportation hub. Speaking of which, let's head on over there. Okay, we are at the portal in our main base. As you can see, there's a sign that says portal hub. So if we walk through this portal, this will take us to the portal hub, which is probably the biggest structure that I've built so far. And here we are. Just to give you an indication, that's the portal that takes you to HQ, the main base, with a massive window at the back that gives you a nice view over the ocean. At the back of these stairs, basically there's some storage, and I've got some different rooms, and each room has been designed to have a different look, a different feel, a different vibe basically, and a different function as well. For instance, this one will take you to all my outposts. The one on the left takes you to my starter base. You might remember that from the first videos. This one will take you to the trophies, where all the boss trophies are hanged up, those stones where you can get the powers. We're going to do some work over there in the next episode actually, but that's another surprise for the next episode. And then this one will take you to the trader, this one will take you to the second trader, and then I've got still 2 more spaces for something that might arrive in the future. Got some wall art up there just to break that wall a little bit. And yeah. Then let's move to our left first. Now the next room over here, this will take you to all the different biomes. So for instance, this first one is the swamp. And you will see all my teleporters inside the teleportation hub. It's got an A in front of it, so it's easier to find. So if I scroll down, you will see all of these with the A in front I know is inside the teleportation hub. And then all the others is out there in the world. So here I can go to swamp 1, 2 or 3. And then this one will take you to the mountains. And I actually have a couple of mountains, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 that you can choose to go to. This one will go to the plains, this one will go to the mistlands, and then this one is a temporary teleporter. This will take you to where my other boat is at the moment, that I'm using for exploration. And then this is the second temporary one. This could change in the future. For instance, this is probably going to be the Aslands next, and then this will become the temporary one. And then as we continue to look at the other rooms, the next one over here is not in use just yet. It has been finished, but as you can see, it looks different, it feels different, and it's been decorated different as well. So still need another one over here. I might have run out of tar, and yeah, that's supposed to be another bar in there. So this is the next room, and then the other room, the final room, has not been built yet, because I'm not sure what's going to come in here. I don't know if there's going to, yeah, that's probably going to be new bosses. So there's a decision that I can make, but before I get to that, down here I've got a small little room with all the workbenches as well. So I've got my forge, my normal workbench, and the new Mistlands workbench is supposed to come in here. I just don't have enough black cores just yet to place them there. Yeah, so every time when you just come back here into the portal hub, you can repair all your items, just go back. You don't have to return to main base for any of those. And then this is the boss's room. Now, this is where I said I've got a choice. I can actually, as the new bosses come out, I can extend this room to make room for the new bosses. Or I can use the room next door for the new bosses. Now, you will also see, this one will take you to the Eggfear spawn point. I've also got some extra trophy heads up here that comes with the meadows biome. Then the Alder, that one will take you to his spawn point. This one takes you to Bone Mass. This one will take you to Moder. This one will take you to Yakloof. And this one will take you to the Queen, which I haven't visited yet. I think I've got a spawn point for, yeah, which is up there. I haven't been there yet, so, but I do have some of the trophies up for the Mistlands. So this is the boss teleportation room, and then the last one over on this side is all my farms, which is pretty interesting. This is the produce teleporter, that's the one that I've just shown you. And then this one is for cores and coal. And just to refresh your memory, I have taken all the spawn points that I could find for Searlings, and I've created basically this shape. So I've placed the spawn point in water, so every time they spawn they take damage and they die. And this is where I get my cores and coals. And each teleporter will take you to the next one. So I can just harvest these. And onto the next teleporter. This was the third one that was actually in the same swamp. And the next two, number 4 and 5, were actually in the open sea. Well, it counts as swamp, but there's no land really, it's just water, as you can see all around me. And I found these two spawn points. This is the first one, and there's the other one, number 5, or the second one in this area. So this will take me over there. So all I have to do is just run in, pick up the coal and the cores, and then there was one more that was able to find, and I've really been looking for more spawning points, but so far no luck. Yeah, this was the last one. So I've got more cores that I actually need, so I can just drop those off. And this one will take me back to my teleportation hub. And that's my core and coal farm. Cool so far. The next one is the Mistlands farm. This is the newest addition. You might remember this from the previous episode. I actually found a nice spot that I was able to get this nice stone building right on the edge of the Mistlands. And I can already hear some trouble in the air. Alright, so this is where I grow my mage cap, my Jotun puffs. I've got 2 of them. And then as you come on over this way, that's where you will get the tree sap, and there's another branch on the other side of the farm, over on that side. So yeah, that's the Mistlands farm. So far just the 3 crops that I've got. There's another farm that I want to show you, or 2 more actually. The first one is the Grey Dwarf farm. This is very close to the trader on my map, where I was able to find actually a Grey Dwarf spawner that was high enough above the ocean that I could dig underneath it and create this farm. So they will spawn right there in the fires. Ooh, a 2-star. And he dies, leaving behind wood and stone and resin and Grey Dwarf ice. And another one dies. So yeah, every now and then I would just jump in the pit and get my resources. But that's a Grey Dwarf farm, and it's built in a way that nothing can really attack you on the inside. And then the last farm, the stone farm, changes from location to location. There's actually a couple of points that I've found. So you will see there's stone 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Mostly in the plains where there are those big pillars that you can easily farm for stone. So that's my stone farm. And then the plains farm, this is the last one that I will show you. So here we are, this is where we grow our barley and our flax, and the barley is ready. So I've got 2 crops of barley and I've got 2 crops of flax. Now this is a very nice location. It's very small islands of plains, and this one is just big enough that I could place some workbenches all around, and so there's no spawns. So there's no danger for this farm of mine. I was lucky to find these. And then of course, when you harvest the barley, you just bring them here, insert them in the winter mills. They are currently producing. And yeah, so I can come here and harvest pretty soon some more flour. So that's the base. So thank you very, very much again for subscribing. If you're new and you haven't subscribed yet, why not think about it? And yeah, if you want to see how all of this came into being, you can just follow the link at the end of this video. That will take you to the whole playlist, and then you can just have a look at it from the beginning to the end. Just my apologies for the first 2 videos, I think it was, that was the wrong quality and everything, but from the 3rd episode things got back on track. Hope you enjoy the tour of the base, and again, thank you for being part of this unbelievable journey of mine, where I just get to do something that I love, and that is building inside games and see how it all comes together. We are not finished building in Valheim, as we still have a lot of things that we're going to build. I still want to do some towns in each one of the biomes. I still want to do the lighthouse. I still want to do a special project that I'm going to show you hopefully in the next episode. So thank you for joining me, and I will see you in the next one. Until then, enjoy.